All right, here's the last part of level 2. We're going to look at solutions from a set. So we touched on this just a little bit at the very beginning in 1A with equations, where we talked about how we would look at a set of numbers and there was only one solution for to make the equation true for the variable. Well, now when we're talking about inequalities, we've mentioned that there are several different solutions that could happen. And so what we want to do is try and figure out which of the values in the set end up being solutions for our inequality. Okay, and you can do that a couple different ways. You can either substitute each number into the inequality and solve to see if it ends up being greater than or equal to, for this case, or whatever the symbol might be. Or you can actually solve an inequality exactly how we've solved equations. And that's what I prefer to do because it tends to be a little bit less time consuming. So I'm going to show you that way, but if it does confuse you a bit, you can always substitute in each individual value to see which one, or ones, because there might be more, that make it true, okay? And so we have a set right now. That's what this is saying. It says which values from the set, and they've got 5 different numbers, make the inequality true, and show all your work, whether you substitute individually or you just solve for the inequality. So I'm going to show you solving for the inequality. So I rewrote the inequality. And right now what's happening to my variable, just like what we did with equations, we want to undo that. So right now it's being added by 5.4, so we're going to subtract 5.4. So we end up with x on one side, and we want to keep that greater than or equal to sign, not an equal sign, but the inequality sign. And when we subtract, we end up with 7.2. So what that means, as far as what I'm going to circle, that means I'm going to include 7.2 because it was or equal to, so that is a possible solution, but it says greater than or equal to 7.2. So 8 would fall into that category, as well as 9.5. So I'm going to have, if I can just get my circle to show up, I don't know, there it is. Those 3 in this set, of course there's more, but in this set, those are the 3 answers that could work. These other 2 do not, because they are not greater than or equal to. Okay, let's try one more. So this one is showing something just a little different. It says 8 times a number is less than, oops, I don't know why it says 2, but anyways, less than 56. This can be shown by the inequality 8n is less than 56, and what numbers or number make this a true statement. Show your work. So now this time they're not giving us a whole set, they just want us to somehow represent what all the possibilities could be. So for example, if this was an equal sign, there would only be one answer, but because it's an inequality sign, there's going to be several answers, possibly an infinite amount of answers. Well, I don't want to list all of those, so in order to do this, we can just solve the inequality, and that answer will naturally show us what all the solutions would be. So I'm going to solve it just like we did on the other one. So I have 8n is less than 56. Right now 8 is being multiplied to n, so I'm going to have to divide it to get rid of it. And so then it ends up being n is less than 7. So that would be our answer, because that shows that anything less than 7 is going to make this inequality true. Okay, even negative numbers, even 0, all that, even decimals and fractions. So this would be our answer. We don't need to do anything else. You don't need to write anything. That would be your answer. That shows the possibilities that would make this statement true. Okay? So now you are going to try 2 more examples. They're just like what we did. Go ahead and try them, and then you're going to come over and see me for a teacher signature. I will check them, so you do not need to check them with the answer key unless you happen to be working at home. But otherwise, you can just come on over. I will check them for you, sign off, and then you will head over to your Level 2 formative assessment and get finished with Level 2. You got this. Good luck.